Hi everybody, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. I just wanted to thank everybody for all of your comments and feedback and your likes, shares, and especially your subscribes. You have no idea what that means to me as a burgeoning YouTuber. These things are very important apparently, but also it just helps to spread the content, and I hope that what I offer to you today is something that you can use, something that is relevant to you. If it's not, that's okay. It might not be your message for today. And also, please make sure that you do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to you for any personal readings. I do offer personal readings, and you can find out a little bit more about that over on my Instagram channel by the same name, but I will never reach out to you first. So never ever give your money away to anybody that you don't trust. But there are a lot of tarot readers on YouTube, my tarot teachers, as I like to call them, that I have gotten personal readings from, and they've been amazing, and I'm so thankful for them. And hopefully I can give you a really great message today. I'm using the Tarot of Mystical Moments for your spread, and then the Wild Unknown Archetypes Oracle for your Oracle card. I'm going to pull 5 cards for the main spread, and then 5 cards to clarify. The deck has already been shuffled, and so I'm just going to shuffle for the cards. 3 cards in reverse. So reverse is never, you shouldn't see reverse as like a bad thing necessarily. It's just gives some dimension to how one would read tarot. A lot of people read reversals, but some people don't, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. And I definitely encourage you, if you feel drawn to read tarot, or you're interested in picking up a deck of your own, you should absolutely do it, because it's just a fun thing to learn, and if anything, it just teaches you a way to connect more with another person intuitively and to kind of flex your intuitive muscles. So that's always good. Don't know why I had to say that to you, Virgo. Haven't said that to any of the other signs, but maybe that's relevant to you. Maybe you are questioning something in your intuition right now, and you want to test it. You want to see what's going on. Actually, this morning, I knew I was going to do your reading today, and so I was like brushing my teeth or something, and immediately I saw like a brick wall. It just kind of almost cartoon like, just kind of like down, like almost like a garage door, but it was coming down very fast. But it was a brick wall, and I was not on the other side of the brick wall, so it's not to say that I was having restricted access to your energy. On the contrary, it was as if I was standing on the same side as you, but you were the one. It was very dramatic in my mind. It was almost like Virgo was watching very stoically as the wall that they were placing was being put up between them and whatever it is that they're trying to resist against. So I wasn't sure where this reading was going, but I felt like there's something in your life right now that you feel really at the end of your rope. Could be dealing with a person, a work situation, a family situation, I don't know. There's a lot of frustration behind that, and I want to say that it's not because you didn't give it a very strong chance. I almost want to say went above and beyond what was expected of you, or what you would have expected from someone else. This is not based on any of the cards. This is just a channel message. But there's some people that give a really wide berth, right? They can put up with a lot. And maybe you're this kind of person. Maybe you can put up with a lot, but with this situation, you're just like, I'm done, and I'm done. And it feels very resolute. And it feels very deserved to whomever is on the other side of that wall, or whatever. Maybe it's simply your past. Maybe you're just saying, I'm done and done with it now. And it's very dramatic, watching it come down in front of you and knowing that you made the right decision. So that's just like Virgo energy for today. So just please remember, I read tarot just to get a temperature on the energy that you're in right now. Pull tarot tomorrow and you could get all different cards. So take it as it resonates. In the past position, we have the Sun in reverse. This is the Sun in the upright. And the Five of Wands in reverse. Right, so game playing is the obvious thing to say, but also the word maneuvering wanted to come out. You did get this card in reverse though. So let's talk about the Sun first in your past position. The Sun is, you know, if we had to choose cards that were our favorites, the Sun would always be the one you want to get, because the Sun represents illumination, clarity, warmth, life energy, life-giving energy. Even in the reverse, it's not so bad, at least not in my interpretation. It simply means that there is clarity that is waiting for you, but you don't yet have it, or you didn't have it in the past. And instead of trying to be in an energy of competition, because the Five of Wands can also, it can talk about conflict and competition. Fives are really tough energy to be in. When you're in a 5 energy, right? 5's an odd number. It's an in-between in the tarot. 4s can talk about stable foundation. Sorry if you hear my cat in the background. 4s can talk about stable foundation, but 5s kind of talk about an in-between. It's like we've established a stable foundation, but now we want more. And in the process of wanting more, we go through growing pains. And for you, it's almost like I'm not an ignorant person. I'm not an amateur. I'm not new at this. But what I am done with is the game playing. What I am done with is the trying to negotiate or compromise with somebody else to get a clear answer about something. Again, your energy is feeling like super resolute. It almost feels a little emperor-like. Like you're very much in control of this opinion, is what I wanted to say. No one is influencing you anymore regarding this issue. So let's just take a really very benign example. Let's say you wanted to buy a new car, but your husband or wife they were objecting to it, or you know, your partner or your parents, they were objecting it. Yeah, it's a Virgo, is it a good idea? I'm not sure. Do you have the money for that? Blah, 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 blah. You know, you've worked really hard for it. You've wanted this car. You've researched it. You're going to buy it. I'm not listening to anybody else. And quite frankly, I'm tired of your opinion. I didn't ask for it. It's a little adversarial, and the Five of Wands can be adversarial, right? I mean, look at that character. Number one, this deck is so amazing because it's very surreal. Her dress kind of bleeds into the chessboard, almost as if she's adorning the costume of the person who is about to engage in some kind of conflict. But she's not in that space anymore. It's like I'm releasing this need to prove myself. This is past energy. In the present energy, you have the Lover's card in the reverse. This is what it looks like in the upright. Beautiful card. The Lover's card is Major Arcana. So we have the Sun, Major Arcana, and the Lover's Major Arcana. So it's Major Arcana cards in the tarot. They start off the tarot and the Fool's Journey in the tarot. And it's always talking about very powerful cosmic divine energies. Whenever I refer to the Major Arcana, we're talking about something like the Hand of Fate or the Hand of Spirit is kind of all over this a little bit. The Lover's card represents Gemini energy in the tarot. It can represent a relationship. It can represent a choice. It can represent a love affair of sorts. Like you could have a love affair with a hobby that you have, or a job that, you know, when we talk about jobs in tarot readings, I mean, sometimes things are going well, right? Some people out there actually really enjoy what they do, and they're making their way in the world, and they're having a great time, right? This card though is in reverse, and it helps me to understand that I want to say there's been a little love lost in the present energy. This is clarified by the 8 of Wands. So a lot of times when we see, or umbrellas are traditionally known in the tarot to be symbols of protection, of spirit's protection. So you have a lot of protection around you, so that's a good thing. But she's kind of being carried away on the wind. The 8 of Wands is a card of fast communication, fast action. But in this depiction of it, usually the 8 of Wands in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, it's represented by kind of these sticks that have flames on the end of them. Kind of fast, impulsive, sparking energy. But this is not quite that. Like if you imagine, if you can suspend your disbelief in your imagination and you imagine these umbrellas lifting you up off the ground, she doesn't look like she's strained in any way. She's not panicked or worried. It's just floating. It's elevating and floating. And so with the Lover's card clarified by the 8 of Wands, it's kind of telling me that, it's telling me that there was something here that disappointed you, that you were looking forward to something, a connection, collaboration of some kind. It meant a lot to you. It might not have worked out in the past, but you're in this space where you understand that spirit was kind of airlifting you out of that situation. And in that way, we can see it as a kind of blessing, right? Sometimes things don't work out. We have to remember that there are things that we can't see, that only spirit sees. There are forces in the universe that are greater than you and I. We're a part of that. But we can't see everything, especially when we have free will. Thank you, Spirit. When we have free will and the other has free will. So Spirit is kind of telling me that, like, they were relieving you of a potentially damaging connection or situation that would not have been in your best and highest good. Now, sometimes when I talk about that, even to myself, when I pray and I say, okay, sometimes I like do Reiki over my food before I eat it. And I'll say, okay, Spirit, let this food be blessed for my best and highest good. Or if I'm giving Reiki to someone else, or if I'm praying for someone else, let it be for their best and highest good. I always have a sense that what my opinion of someone else's best and highest good and what the best and highest good for them is are probably two very different things, because sometimes we get lessons, right? And they're very, very painful, but ultimately they're there for the best and highest good. So you might not like the situation right now. In fact, Spirit is telling me you don't like the situation right now. That's okay, because you're just being airlifted away from this situation, right? So that's your present energy. In the future tense energy, you have the King of Cups in reverse. This is what it looks like. The King of Cups in this particular deck is represented both by divine feminine cards and divine masculine cards, the depictions. This happens to be divine feminine King of Cups. You got it in reverse. But in the upright, the King of Cups card is a Scorpio energy, and it talks about someone who has a mastery over the suit. So Cups energy is all about feelings and emotions and the psychic realm. Water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but mainly Scorpio for this energy. So when we think of Scorpios, you know, how does that help us? Well, when you think of Scorpios, they have kind of they have darker energies. They sit well in the mystic realms, the mysterious, the subconscious realms, the what's underneath the surface. They have mad fascination with the psychology of the other. They are very curious about how other people tick. However, they won't necessarily let you in, if that makes sense. They'll hold space for you, but they won't let you in. Okay? So that's the King of Cups energy. It's somebody who is very well adjusted to their own emotional landscape. Like they don't necessarily feel things in extremes, but they keep it close to their chest. They're very loving, right? This is a very loving energy. You got it in reverse in the forward position, in the future position, clarified by the Ten of Swords in reverse. This is the Ten of Swords in the upright. These swords are represented by needles. It's a pretty brutal card. What it kind of represents, this energy here, the King of Cups clarified by the Ten of Swords. Swords energy being air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, cerebral energy. Ten of Swords is about betrayal. It's about backstabbing and pettiness, gossip, right? We can see in this energy, it's like doesn't look very pleasant, because it's not very pleasant. So what this is telling me is that in the future energy, you're going to be very mindful of who you divulge information to, who you trust with your feelings, who you trust with your heart. It's not to suggest that you should be guarded in a sense of to the point where you isolate yourself, alienate yourself, cut yourself off from people. That's not what Spirit is saying, right? Because even in this card, in the upright here, right, we have this dress that's like a mountain, this mountain that seems like a impossible thing to penetrate. And yet, the King of Cups is someone who they'll let the right one in, is what I want to say. So you're trying to find within your emotional landscape for the future, you're trying to determine which one is the right one to let in, because thus far I've kind of experienced a little bit of harshness towards me, and I'm not really interested in putting up with it anymore. I'm not playing that game. Right? So not an easy reading. But I just saw that wall come down this morning when I was thinking of your energy, and like I said, now my back of my head it's kind of buzzing. It's not that you didn't have your reasons, but don't let your reasons prevent you from meeting new friends, making new friends, connections, of dreaming of better things, right? I'd like to see this Lover's card kind of turn upside down and be in the upright and embracing something that really matters to you. What is your advice from Spirit? The Page of Pentacles, gorgeous card. Their dress looks like a watering can, right? So fostering something. Page of Pentacles. Pentacles energy is earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Earth energy, the material world, the 3D, the tangible. A page energy is new. There's this newness that's coming into your life, this gesture, and Spirit is saying, nurture it, water it, tend to it. It's growing. It's not fully grown. It's growing. This is clarified by the Eight of Cups in the reverse. This is the Eight of Cups in the upright. Sorry for the glare. Her dress is made out of a ladybug, and there's so many signs of symbolism, spiritual symbolism in this card. I love it because you have the ladybug, I guess these are, I don't know what birds these are, to be honest with you. Butterflies. I was going to say cardinals, but that's not what they are. Butterflies, dragonflies, these beautiful swans crossing a bridge to something better, right? But the Eight of Cups in the upright is a card of walking away from something. You got it in the reverse. You could have walked away from something in your past, but the advice from Spirit is, because this card is in reverse, clarifying this card, now you're walking towards a new beginning. Page of Pentacles. A new start in the material world. But you gotta give yourself some time. I don't know who sings this song. I want to say it's, the name is on the tip of my tongue. Oh my God, I know the singer, I can't think of it. The song is Time Is On My Side. Time is on my side, yes it is. So I can't believe I just even did that, but time is on my side. And it's repeating that line. Time is on my side, yes it is. Time is on my side, yes it is. So allow yourself to cultivate in this garden. Weed out anything that doesn't belong. Tend to it, water it, foster it. Water, of course, represents love, emotions, right? So to tend to it, to water it, means to invest your heart just a little bit. See where it goes. The last position is how you see yourself right now. The Five of Swords in the reverse. Again, another 5 in your reading. These are energies of transition. It's pretty brutal, right? This shadowy figure, divine masculine, divine feminine, and she's got that missing piece. The Five of Swords in the tarot represents kind of winning at all costs. That's how people refer to it. It's a card of winning at all costs, taking advantage of a situation, being a little bit sneaky, but you're not in that energy anymore, because I feel as though there was some kind of covert action, or, and I don't want it to seem like you're just some like sinister person. That's not what I'm saying at all, but it's like you had to look out for you, right? This is clarified by the Three of Cups. Now, anyone who's ever had a reading with me, and I use this deck, usually the Three of Cups is a great card. It's a card of collaboration, teamwork, celebration. In this particular deck, for me, I don't like these chicks. There's something really shady about them. And there aren't even cups represented in this card. They're represented by like weird hula hoops that kind of just crowd them all in. And I think here that this energy is saying that like you might have been in this situation with a friend group or a social group, and you might have had to be covert or be like just you untrusting. And so now you're in this place where I don't want to be in that energy anymore because the card is flipped. I want to step out of this Five of Swords. I want to move on. The Six of Swords in tarot, the card of moving on. So it's like you're still, it's going to be tough. You're still kind of moving through this energy. But I see a determination. What I definitely see is like you're not putting up with any BS anymore. That is clear and clear. Okay, so that's your reading. I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. Wild Unknown Archetypes, and then we're going to read from the book. This is beautiful. You got the Poet. This awesome crystal ball type thing. All of these crows, kind of the imagination. All right, so let's read from the book. It's number 7. I love that number. The number 7 in tarot is the Chariot card, which is the sign of Cancer. So that might be relevant to somebody. Okay. The Poet, the Artist, the Witness, the Truth Teller. The poet's work is to feel immensely and not be afraid. They must seek out truth in the darkest corners of the world and carry it back for all to see. This unique capacity resides within us all, regardless of our relationship to creativity. When the poet energy is present, there is a call for deep honesty and reflection, for seeing the big picture within the little one. The poet rides effortlessly between the personal and the universal. It's possible that others may not seem to listen or care about the poet's work, but do not be discouraged. The words of the poet ring true for centuries to come, soothing the wounds of despair and violence that captivate our world. The poet's work is never finished. Find your voice and trust that the wind will carry it. Don't be afraid to express yourself. That's what I got from that. That's it. That's your reading, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment. I would love to hear how it resonates with you. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye, Virgo.